Yo, what's up, YouTube? This is Talking Crazy 88 back again for another podcast. Doing another Balcony Chronicles live on this Friday night. Enjoying my cigar. Also punch. And my libations of Whistle Pig. Okay, let me just go ahead and turn this around so you can see how beautiful it is this evening. There you go. It's another beautiful evening on the rocks just another beautiful evening in undisclosed area in New York City. How's everybody doing today? I hope everybody's doing very well. Start of the weekend. We'll do a Balcony Chronicles tomorrow. I wanted to do it tomorrow, but I had some plans. And I'll tell you about it on the next Balcony Chronicles next week. See how that works out. But I have a feeling it will work out to my advantage, but we'll see what happens. Oh man, it's a new month in the new year. And, well, not really a new year, but second month of 2025. 1 month into Donald Trump's presidency. And already causing a stir, waking people up. I was just listening to Dennis Sperling's podcast about how Donald Trump and Elon Musk is using 21st century tactics to bring down our corrupt politicians and mismanagement of the money that us, the working man, taxpayer, working man and women go out and work 40 hours a week. But receive very little benefits from the government resources. So I thought this was a very good thing, and I thought this was a very good thing that's going on. And now, U.S. aid, Donald Trump shut their operations down because it's been reported that they've been mismanaging their money, our taxpayers' money. It's supposed to be used for foreign aid, and already they're just using it for bullshit. I wouldn't be surprised if some congressman or woman is going to go to prison. You ever notice that these politicians, these congressmen, senators, all the way down to local government, they seem to know how to make money while they're in office. When they go into office, they're broke. When they come out of office, they're multimillionaires. All I got to say is, America, what a country. Yeah. Shout out to Yako Smirno. Yeah, what a country we live in. What a country. I mean, 30 of my 51 years on this planet, I've been complaining about how America is this, America is that, and then we go into the history of America, right? But at the end of the day, yes, it's good and it's bad and it's ugly. But it's not as bad when you go overseas to these European countries, especially Eastern European countries, which different countries, different ethnicities, they really don't like each other. It's kind of like the same here, but we don't really go to war. We don't really kill each other over nonsense like they do over. Well, they do, but it just haven't been reported so much. But can honestly say that under our new leadership of Donald Trump, I'm kind of skeptical of what's going to go on and what's going to happen in the future, but it makes it a little bit more interesting. Because I don't really have a dog in this fight, per se. I don't necessarily have a dog in this fight in who the president is and what he's doing. I mean, so far he's done more in 1 month than Joe Biden did in his 4 years as the president. But we'll see what happens in the next 4 years. Now, the reason why I wanted to talk to you fellas is that I saw an article about Saquon Barkley, who's going to be in the Super Bowl in about a couple of days. I'm very proud of him. I always knew he was going to be a superstar. I always knew he was going to be a superstar. And when he was at Penn State, and I remember that Rose Bowl game against USC, where he was just running up and down the field like a crazy man. And I'm like, what? Saquon Barkley, number 26, also number 26, 50-yard run, 40-yard run, 60-yard run for a touchdown. I was like, what? What the fuck? Well, I was reading an article during Super Bowl week that his fiance been in quite of a quagmire now, because she had some so-called racist tweets that she had on her ex account. Now, remember what I told you fellas, man. All women are the same. They're just different. You know? I mean, you going around throwing the N-word, and you have half N children. Okay? You have, I mean, this is when she was a teenager, but I mean, come on, man. So apparently she must love black folks, because she seems so comfortable. But then again, it's just 1 or 2 tweets that they found back in 2012, before they even got together. But I'm gonna tell you right now, man, everybody was praising Saquon for finding this one. They were, well, not really praising him. They were just talking about his girl being ugly and shit, homely, and a Millie Muskrat, plain Janie. And it turns out that, I mean, she said the word, but I don't really think it's any. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't really think that there's no harm in it. But let me just give you my opinion on it. I don't think anybody should be using that in the 21st century. I think nobody, black or white, should be using that word. I don't like it. I don't allow my friends to use it. I don't go around. I did on my podcast years ago, and I was wrong for it. I was wrong. And when you have a voice, out there, I mean, I know it was some of my podcasts. It can be it can be high strung. It can be out there. It can be outrageous. It can be shocking. But the reason, let me just say the reason why I chose my name, Talking Crazy 88. Well, originally Talking Crazy 83. Because I wanted to talk so crazy so you can think. Because everything that come out of my mouth that sounds intelligent seems crazy to a normal person, to a person that's not really used to it. So I'm actually speaking to. I'm speaking to the ones that need this information, that needs to know how to function in this world. He needs to know my wisdom, because I am an old man. Yeah, when I was 38, I wasn't so much of an old man, but now I am. I crossed the century mark. It is official. I am an old man. I'm a middle. Well, you can say you might say I'm a middle-aged man, but I would say when you get around 60 years old, that's when you become old. That's when you really officially become a senior. But like I said, yeah, I always wanted to do a podcast or a live stream about this subject, because I see a lot of even these professional athletes are throwing the N-bomb on their podcast during Super Bowl week. Like Chad Ochocinco and James Harrison. I seen them. I don't know what it was. I don't know what that was all about. They were talking about swinging on each other. I'm like, hold on, man. Y'all damn near in your 50s. James Harrison is in his 40s. He's close to 50. Chad Johnson is in his 60s, almost 50s, pushing 60, and he's acting a slap fool. But that goes to show you about black men, how we don't really mature. We don't really grow up. Okay? And that's my message throughout my podcast throughout the years. We need to grow up. We need to grow and mature as a group, as men. You know, there comes a time where we gotta stop wearing sweatshirts. You know, we gotta stop wearing the Nike jumpsuit, the Laker jumpsuit, the Laker warm-up suits everywhere we go at 50 years old. At 50 years old. I mean, Platinum Elite, he's doing a live stream right now as we speak. We're talking about how the black men are controlled by black women. We are controlled. First of all, we're immature, and we're controlled by black women. We actually give a fuck what black women say or think. Okay. All right. I know a lot of y'all love your mama. Look, everybody, and I talk to all races of people. Everybody loves their mother. Okay. But not everybody has a great relationship with their mother. I have a wonderful, wonderful relationship with my mother. Even now. Maybe not so much back then, but now we have a wonderful relationship. We're not friends or anything like that, because that's still my mom. And if my father was still alive, he would hold that position as being the father, as being the head of the household. Even at 50 years old, they're still over me. You know, I have my own house, my own car, my own job, my own everything. But they're still ahead of you. They should be honored, especially if you have good parents. If you have bad parents, if you have parents that never really gave a fuck about you, that doesn't like you, and I've seen that's always permeating in the black community. Black men love their mama, no matter how dirty, how controlling, how dirty they treat the boys. And it's downright that they have a hatred towards these women, two black boys. But we still love our mother, right? No one is before my mama. And then you get into dysfunctional relationship with your girlfriend. Or you don't even marry the women that you impregnate. Ain't that right, Dr. Umar? You out there talking about these black men who don't have any children, who are lame, who get with these women that got with drug dealers and pimps and D-boy, the ballers, who really didn't give a fuck about them. And I saw this crazy ass woman on the Anton Daniels show, right? She was talking hella crazy about all these single men should be dating. She would actually get with single moms. Hold on for a second. All right, guys, I'm gonna have to pause it for a minute. I'll be right back. I'm holding off on Anton. Well, I'm gonna keep the live going. It's gonna be dead air, but I'll be right back. right, gang, I'm back. Y'all still here? Cool. I was saying on the Anton Daniels show. Well, there was a clip of a woman that's talking hella crazy, right? About that men, especially black men, should get with all the single mothers out there. And she also made a claim that we should get with the women only because they made a mistake when they were younger. All right? They made a mistake when they were younger, getting with the drug dealers, the ballers, the athletes who used them up for sex and threw them away, right? We're supposed to get with these women. We're supposed to get with the throwaway women. We're supposed to get with the women that gave their youth, their beauty, and a child to another man who didn't really give a fuck about it. We're supposed to do that. We're supposed to take on that burden. Another man's burden. I'm not going to tell y'all brothers what to do or whatever. You do whatever you want to. But if you do, just know that you don't have really standards for yourself. You don't have standards for yourself. All right? Now, I can understand, I can totally understand if the woman is older, she's older, you're older, kids are grown, your kids are grown, that's fine. Or she's grown and the kids are grown. I'm cool with that. You know, everybody needs a companion when you get older. But if you work yourself up, if you focused on yourself, right? You work to be the best version of yourself. You're out there grinding, making that money, you're saving your money, you're investing your money. And when you get around my age, you get to float around, travel a little bit, enjoying life a little bit. Almost retired, if you're retired or on the verge of retiring or semi-retired. Because that's what I want y'all brothers to be when you turn 50. I want y'all to be either semi-retired or retired, fully retired. I want you to enjoy your youth, but I also want you to enjoy the third quarter of your life, your third and fourth quarter of your life. I made that mistake almost 20 years ago by getting with a single mother who was no use for me. You know why? I didn't have standards for myself. All I saw was titties and ass. Okay? All I saw was titties and ass. But I also saw that she was sweet to me. She was feminine. But at the same time, she was cutting me down. She was slowing me down. And when it found out that she didn't really like me in the beginning, she never really liked me. Okay? And it was hurtful. Did I use that time to get myself better? Yeah, I did. Yeah, I did. You know, sometimes, fellas, you gotta go into monk mode. You gotta take dating out of the equation, especially when you get a setback. Coach Greg Adams, he did a show on this. on a segment that dating equals prostitution, and that's what it is. You take a young lady out to a restaurant, that's what you essentially doing. Back in the days, that's what you did with all the prostitutes, is take them to a restaurant in exchange for services. But the thing about it is prostitution, and dating is prostitution, because there's no courting involved. There's no family involved. Where is the family involved in this? All right? As a young man, when you go to a young lady's house, you're going to meet their parents. That's the idea of courting, right? Because the families are always involved in the decision making of your mate. Okay? You know, the marriages that are really in trouble when they go outside that courting stage is when they start to elope and they figured out, hey, I don't like him, or he's not the guy he's supposed to be. Why didn't I listen to my father? Why didn't I listen to my brothers? And that's the whole problem in black society. We have too many free-range children running around here without any family involvement. You go outside this country, family's always involved in the decision-making of a woman, especially their potential mate. So that's why I'm going to segue into the passport bros. Now, before I was cheering it on, I did. But I had to sit back and think about why I was cheering it on. Was it I was lashing out at American women? Or was I lashing out at the changes in society, in female society? I think that's what it is. I was lashing out because the modern woman and the modern man, we've changed. We moved away from having family involved in dating. We have as a black man, especially black men, we have little standards to who we dating. We seem to go after the BBLs, the titties and ass, the titties, the bad bitches, the boss bitches. But I'm so glad that we have YouTube now, where we can just go ahead and ferret out this information. That we have the information now. Your young man have Platinum Elite. You have Coach Greg Adams to help you navigate the waters of the dating waters. Those are the only two I listen to. Mr. Ricario, all he wants to do is just call black men lames and make fun of them. That's his whole shtick. That's his show, man. I'm like, come on, man. We got to, as a black man, that's an example of an immature black man. Now, Kay Zaggy, his idiot partner, he seems to be a little bit more reasonable. So I listen to him more than I do Mr. Ricardo. But keep in mind, I only listen to these fellas as entertainment purposes only. I don't take any of them, their advice seriously. Except for Platinum Elite, and more so Coach Greg Adams. He has a firm understanding of dating in society. And I notice, man, men are not dating as much as well. And I applaud you. Don't do that. Don't go on dates, man. Don't waste your time going to a restaurant, feeding a bitch, and all you're doing is just getting a peck on the cheek or a hug. If a woman does not like you, that's why those dating apps, what you essentially are doing, you're just running into strangers. It's hit or miss. You're essentially talking to strange women. You don't know this woman. You never vetted this woman. You're just going out on a date, see what happens. If nothing happens, cool. If it does happen, cool. But there has to be a level of attraction there. There has to be a level, first of all, there has to be a level of attraction. And if you're serious about this woman, then family has to be involved in it. I'm sorry. If you're serious. If you're not serious, let it be known that you're not looking for anything serious. That's why I hate dating apps. I always hate dating apps. I hate cold approaching. Unless there's an attraction there. On the female part. Yeah, Mr. Locario was laughing at, you gotta have choosing signals and well, yeah, motherfucker. You have to have some choosing signals. You got to, when you're approaching the bitch, when you're approaching a bitch, you gotta let it be known. She's gotta let it be known that she's down. That she wants to drop her drawers for you. And if she doesn't feel like she's gonna drop her drawers, ain't nothing gonna happen. You're wasting your time. You're wasting your time going from girl to girl, woman to woman on the street, man. Same with the dating apps. If there's no level of attraction, if she's not serious about it, leave that bitch alone. Well, listen, I'm not going to keep y'all fellas long. It's almost 11 o'clock at night, Eastern Standard Time on a Friday night. So I'm going to let y'all go. I'm going to let y'all enjoy the rest of your evening. And I'm going to enjoy this cigar on my balcony. And we'll talk again next week, all right? This is Talking Crazy 88. I am out of here. And black folks, let's be careful out there, all right?